Hello, Fallarites. This is Fallaron, and this is my special birthday episode. Yay! It's my birthday. 1st of December. So, on this day today, 35 years ago, I was born at 8:10 in the morning. 8:10. I was born, and thanks Mom and Dad, or basically Mom, for all the hard work. And I'm glad it worked out. So, we are here in Crater City, and I want to do a quick birthday episode for you guys, because birthdays need to be celebrated, right? But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for celebration. There's one thing I want to do. Outpost Phi is now officially getting a new name. New Loxton. I apologize for the coughing that I do every now and then. I am still not really doing too well. Oh, who was riding a minecart down this? Let's see if I can do this. Hup. Ah, crap. Not good enough. So, yeah. It is my birthday today, and 35 years, I gotta tell you, it's a bit of an age. Now, I've said something almost the same. Hey, chicken. A couple of weeks ago at where I was doing a talk. I was given a talk in a room full of gentlemen who were all in the age bracket of 60 to 95 about. And of course, when I said, well, 35 feels old, they were all chuckling their teeth away. I'm currently online with Guitar Flat CQ and Lost Ark, also known as Tony. Keep her balance. I'll try to cut out all my coughing, so if there's ever a moment in my video where you don't have sound, it's probably because of that. So yeah, 35 years. It's been a while. You know, when I turned 30, a lot of people were asking me whether I was having some kind of, issue with that, turning 30. And without lying, I was able to say, no, I definitely don't. I have no issue whatsoever with being 30. It's all good. And I didn't. I really didn't. It was okay with me. And last year, when I turned 34, suddenly the issues popped up. So suddenly all the things that you usually have when you turn a round number, I had 4 years later, because this is kind of a long story, so if you guys want to get a sandwich or a coffee or anything, you got until I arrive at the nether portal. Then I'll talk about that. I really got to continue building this tunnel. Looks really good. I like it. A little psychedelic though. Yeah, so as I said, all the issues, I hope you guys have your sandwich and everything. All the issues that I had with getting older, turning 30, they kind of popped up at 34, when basically what happened was, from Google Analytics, or YouTube Analytics, I know that most of you guys are in the age between 13 and maybe 28. I don't know what the second bracket is, but so I'm not saying you lack the wisdom or anything. What I'm saying is, I was trying to prank everyone at once. Yeah, Guitar Flat did a prank. I hope. I'll warn him. I'm recording right now, so don't say what the prank is. Okay? Yeah, I was, as I was saying, so you guys are probably in the phase where you are planning your life. You know, you are figuring out what you want to do with your life. Maybe you're not even in that phase yet. Maybe you're still in the phase where you're just living your life, enjoying it. And the older you get, the more plans you get. And before I start doing this, by the way, I want you guys to know that I have placed every single leaf. And I'm going to start putting out some water now. I really am. So yeah, there's a lot of work has been done. I thank everyone who has given me leaves, and I placed them all. Well, Darza placed some, and I think Miguel might have placed some, and Vexy maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, most of them were placed by me. So anyway, you guys are still at the age where you are planning your life, or as I said, you're just living it, not planning much at all. And I can only tell you, enjoy it. Doesn't last. Eventually, you're gonna have to turn some plans into reality, or live with the fact that you never did. And basically, when I turned 34, not exactly at my 34th birthday, but very close to it. Oh, I have my sword back, by the way. I'm gonna show it after I kill this guy. I got this one back. Woohoo! After I turned 34, a couple weeks after, I remember the evening pretty nicely. I was meeting a friend who was telling me about how she was thinking of going abroad to study in London, and you know, just getting out there and just enjoying life. And she was talking to me about this, and at first I was happy. I'm happy for her that she's still thinking of these plans, and I think it's a great idea. But then, as I was driving home, and a lot of my deep thinking, I guess, happens. Wow, this has turned into a really depressing episode, hasn't it? Well, it's gonna be depressing now. Birthday episode, celebrate, yay, depression. So as I was driving home, I was thinking about what she had told me. And in a way, I was kind of letting my younger self talk to me. Sounds really strange, I know, but it's kind of what happened. So basically, I took a look at what my life was. Oh no, you bastard. I took a look at what my life was and compared it to the dream I had of what it would be at the age of 34, of what I would do with my life at the age of 34. And I realized that the things I had dreamed of, not a single one of them had come true. I was not in the job I wanted. I did not have the family I wanted. The relationship I wanted even. And oh my god, the sound. I apologize again. I guess I was just driving home as well, so I guess I was in the mood for something like this. Um, yeah, none of the things that I had imagined for myself were actually there. Now, I gotta tell you right now, from my admittedly limited experience in life, I mean, 34 years is nothing basically, or 35 starting today. It's basically nothing. But from my limited experience, I know that unless you're really, really lucky or dedicated, your life will probably not turn out the way that you imagine it. So don't be expecting too much of it. That cow doesn't know there's water above it yet. So I was sitting there, and I was thinking about my life. And as I said, I realized that none of my life was the way I was imagining, or I had been imagining it. And that, I gotta tell you guys, that got me very down. I don't want to talk about a depression because I don't think that would be doing justice to the severity of what a depression is. But I was not doing well with that. Really not. And I started questioning a lot of the things that were happening in my life. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I was having a bad life. That's not the case at all. It's just nothing was the way I imagined it would be. So when I looked at it, it seemed like I had not achieved anything, which of course is ridiculous. But right then, I was not able to see that for myself. Right then, all I saw was that I was in a job that kept me at home, basically within reaching distance of my home all the time. And I did not have a family or even a relationship as I had imagined it. And that's just wasn't what I wanted. So after I got through with the whole being depressed about it, or being, you know, moved by that in a bad way, I decided to change something in that, and I started trying to find out where do I want to go with my life and what do I want to do with it. And I gotta tell you, it's one of the first time in my life that I've done that, and it's been a revelation. It's been a big revelation for me. Basically, I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you have a dream and you see yourself in a place where you want to be, and you think that is the place that you really want to go to, give it a try. Do not, out of convenience, choose the path of lesser assistance. It is not worth it. You might find a good life there, no problem, but eventually it will come back to you. Now, I was lucky to kind of motivate myself to just, start moving now. If you don't start with 25, go ahead, start with 35. Of course, some things you can't do anymore with 35. For example, when I started my studies, I was always thinking of joining the diplomatic corps of Switzerland because I was always interested in cultures and everything. Now, this year exactly, I have turned too old to do that. You can only be 35 to start doing that, which I guess makes sense. And so I'm telling you, live your dreams. Work for them. Work hard for them. Try to get them done. you know, because if you can't reach them, at least when you look back at your life, how long it ever may be at that point, when you can't reach them, you will know that you have tried. So you don't have to regret anything. And don't get me wrong, I've passed the stage where I was actually feeling regret about not having done many things. But throughout my life, I realize that now, and I am currently with my new studies making a concerted effort to rectify that. Throughout my life, I have always taken the path of the least resistance. So after I studied history and English, which at first, I gotta start with that actually. I went to preparatory school, I think that would be called in English. So the school that like prepares you for university. And when it came to choosing my subject, history was always a given. I've known I would study history from 5th grade. 5th grade, I knew that I was going to go to university and I was going to study history. That was always clear. There was never a question about that. So, in that case, I guess I was doing what I wanted to do. Look at this. My first part of the ocean. It's ready. So, but like my minor study, that was history was my major. So, my minor was English and American literature and English language. And first, I wanted it to be biology. Wanted it to be biology because that was just my interest. So I would have had a really weird combination of things that I was studying. And I remember it really well when that went out the window. That was on one of these days where you can go and visit your university and, you know, check out the courses and find out what you want to study once you start studying. And so I went there. I went to the biology institute and asked around if is it even possible to study history and biology. And they told me, yeah, it's possible. You just have to be prepared to have to work as hard for your minor as you will be working for your major. And that was basically it for me. I said, screw this, not gonna do that, and decided to find something else to study. Ended up being English for the only reason that I was doing okay in English, you know? I spoke the language already. I read a lot of stuff in English. I just figured, well, might as well. And while I don't regret studying English, because I have learned a lot of interesting stuff while studying English, but let's say in one of the later semesters, about a year before I was actually done with English, there was a point where I realized, hell, I don't really want to study English. This is not like the thing I want to do. This is just something I do. And at that point, I was so far into it that I decided not to change it anymore, just to power through and just be, you know, don't do the stupid thing, or as I considered it to be, and like start a new minor 1 year before you're actually done with it. So I kept studying English, and I majored in history and English. Never ever planned on using my English for anything except for the contact that I have with the United States. And I gotta say though, I have to say, this is turning into a bit of a history of Fallaron story. So I apologize for that, guys. If you're not interested in it, you might as well turn this off right now. The only thing I'm going to do is fill this area with water and talk about what was going on in my life for a while. I gotta say very much that the study of English has given me a lot of positive things too. Because of English, I have spent half a year in the United States. Sadly, right when 9/11 was taking place, but I was working in a national park in Pennsylvania, having a great time at it. Met a lot of really great people that I still am in contact with this year. I've actually visited one of the guys just this summer, and oh, lucky I caught that before he left. So I'm not saying I didn't get anything out of English. It's just I realized that English wasn't really what I was wanting to do. I mean, I finished my studies, so I was having a master's in history and English. And I started looking for a job, but I did it in an extremely half-assed way. I have to say now that I'm in a position where I am the person like who chooses the people who come to work for them. Now I can say, if I had written, or if today I would write a letter to myself applying for a job, I would definitely not take myself. You know? Well, no. This guy does not do a good job in writing application letters. So, with the help of my sister, and I thank her for that, and I gotta say it right here, I love my sisters to death. They're the three most important sisters someone could have. So, with the help of my sister, my middle sister, so to speak, I managed to do a good job at writing an application letter for a internship combined with a Master's of Advanced Study program in Library and Information Science. I got placed because once I am in the room, the interview room, I'm gonna be okay. That's not gonna be a problem because I can't talk. My problem was the writing of letters at the time. So I got that job, and I had a great time for 2 years on that internship. I really had a fantastic time. And at the time I thought, librarian, that's what I need to be. That's what I need to stay. I love this job. This is perfect for me. That's what I want to do. And I finished that, and I applied for a job at the same university library. I applied for a job. I got the job, and it turned out to be the worst job I ever had. It turned out to be a job in the vein of it was a position as a systems librarian, which is basically the guy who sees to it that the electronic catalog of your library's system that will work. And it's just a lot of computer work, and I realized quite quickly that was not for me. So I went looking for another job, and I found the one that I work at right now. The job I work at right now as a head librarian, as the guy who runs a library with 6 people. Sorry. 6 people working for me. That's the job I got, and it felt like that was the perfect job. That was me. That's the job I wanted. You know, I didn't want any other job. That was my job. So, it took me about 1.5 years to realize that while the job is really good, it's not where I want to spend the rest of my working life. Definitely not. I want to continue to grow. So that was about when I turned 34. And here we are today. I've figured out that I want to start branching out into the arts administration business. And I don't know. Right now the world feels like it's full of new and interesting things that I can discover, and that is a good feeling again. And I want to go back really quickly to the job that I really hated. I want to tell you guys one thing. If you are at the age where you're in a job, and this job is supposed to be, or is your like full-time job, there is one thing I would ask of you. If in the morning you wake up and your first thought, and I'm not kidding, that was my first thought when I woke up. Your first thought is, oh shit, I have to go to work today. Then for heaven's sake, find a new job. Get yourself together. Go out, find a new job. I know that the economic situation is not good. Job situation is not good. I'm not telling you to quit your job without knowing where you're going. What I'm telling you is, if you wake up and you hate your job, you have to make a change, because it's not good for you. I know from experience. It took me 7 months to get back out of that job. That was too long. I should have started looking for something 3 months in, the latest. So yeah, here I am. Now I'm working on my... Wait, so I have a master's in history and English, and I have a master's in library, or master's of advanced study in library and information science. And now I'm working on a master's of advanced study in art administration. So all these things are basically me still looking for where I want to go. And sucks to be doing that at 35 on the one side. On the other side, it's also a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a little bit of Fallaron history there, right for you. I apologize if that was boring. I don't know how this came up. How did we get from celebrating my birthday to working on the ocean and talking about my past and how you guys should follow your dreams and stuff? I guess it felt important to say that to someone, because today, as I'm recording this, I think I've said it before, as I'm recording this, it is not the 1st of December yet. It is the 30th of November. Guess what? I record ahead. But for you today, the 1st of December, I am actually at school, trying my very best to get my first PowerPoint presentation ever done in my life. Took me 35 years to get to one of those. So you guys know what I'm actually doing. And basically, guys, that's it. I'm gonna be at school, and in the evening, my best female friend, is gonna go to the movies with me. I'm looking forward to that. That was great to see her. And yeah, that's gonna be my day. And then tomorrow, so on Sunday, my parents have invited me. My parents have invited me to come visit them and eat lunch with them, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's about it. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so this is it, guys. I am filling this up. Now, I am going to turn off the recording, or better, I'm going to finish this. What we're celebrating this with is by looking at my own big personal birthday present, namely this ocean being finished. Or finished, you know. It's not finished, the leaves are still there. And I won't be breaking those away for a while, but... So what I'm going to do is, I am going to use some of the music that I have recently licensed. Music by the great, the fantastic Ronald Jenkins. I'm going to use some of that music to make a time-lapse in which you see me fill up the rest of this pond right here. So give me a second, and I will be right back. There it is, folks. Quite a bit of work. Looks almost like I thought it would. Now that I see it like that, though, kind of wondering if I actually want to keep the area below it, but I think not. That would be too much work. But I love how it looks. I think there's no currents in it anymore, so this is actually still and just water sources. So yeah, hope this can develop further the way I want it to. I'm quite happy about this right now. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.